This week on a podcast from beneath, Squirm.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life and committing acts of murder. The unburied dead are coming back to life, seeking human victims.
Billy, how's it going?
Pretty good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Mr. Poe, how you doing?
Doing great, man. Having fun, in the sun, working.
Fun in the
All
sun.
good stuff,
Billy,
man.
Billy, you haven't been on here a while. We've been up to.
Just trying to straighten up this house, and because we're supposed to get a new couch, and still in the process of moving a bunch of stuff and getting rid of stuff because both of us are kind of hoarders. More so the girlfriend, but I do it too a little bit.
Are we gonna see you on
We're trying to
8?
Yeah. Make sure you got all these empty boxes of cardboard. Why are you collecting them? But I just am trying to straighten up the house, and it's in a process.
I hear that.
Everything is.
We're all guilty of that shit. Keeping stuff.
Oh, before we move on, I wanted to show this. Somebody brought this to me. Billy brought this to me.
Oh yeah,
Book. It's a book. For anybody that doesn't know what a book is, it's got.
After 2 months, I finally brought it.
Your tablet's broken.
200 alternative films you need to see.
Have you looked through any of it yet?
No, I have not.
So
hopefully we'll find some of those movies to watch, because I'm sure some of those movies are probably going to be hard to find. I'm just assuming.
I don't know. I'll have to look for them so I can find them anywhere.
I've never seen that book. 200 films you
Rude
need to
board?
see.
I just showed it to you.
No, but I've never seen it outside of this right here.
Oh,
on
you
the
mean
screen.
before?
Yes.
You mean before I showed it to you.
Yes.
Okay.
I think I got it from I either got it online a couple years ago, or I went to it might have been Books A Million, because they sell a bunch of horror magazines and stuff. I might have got it from there. Can't remember, but
Nice.
yeah, it's got some good stuff. A lot of stuff I've heard. It's I've heard of this movie. It's not so alternative.
Yeah, when I was flipping through it before, I seen some stuff that was mainstream.
It's not alternative.
I guess they ran out of numbers. They couldn't make it to 200.
They got to 50. It's well, we got to do more.
They made it to 50. Or I just make up Terminator.
Yeah.
Yeah, Terminator. Scream 5.
Yeah.
Oh,
so Mr. Poe, what have you been up to lately?
Oh man, not much of anything, man. I've just been going to work and watching some movies. I haven't dove into watching anything new, but I did watch some giallo films. I was on a kick there for a minute, watching Stage Fright and New York Ripper and all that stuff. So, but that's about it. I mean, I've just been going back to the old stuff,
I don't think I've watched really anything new lately either.
Yeah, same here.
I'm curious about Lovecraft County.
Yeah, Lovecraft Country
Or
I think,
Country.
on HBO.
Yeah,
Yeah, that looks really
I
good.
kind of want to watch that, so I haven't got into it yet, but I'll let you know. I guess by the next time we record, I'll have my opinion on it. So
Now, did they
It's
just?
on HBO. We got HBO Max. I see it advertised on there, but I just haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
Did they just drop the entire series or
oh
season?
no, it's just
They're all gonna,
That's probably just the
yeah,
episodes.
because
so you can't do the 7-day free trial and burn through it.
no, you're kind of fucked. You
You have to
start it
wait.
and then
That's where HBO Max gets you.
Yeah, that's where they
They
fuck
give you
you. First they fuck
little
you with
taste. Just a little bit of the taste, and then you'll need it.
Just a little bit.
And it kind of makes me gun shy though, man, because I really loved the Watchmen show. I did. I was I want to see where they go with this, and then they cancel it. And anything I get into, they end up canceling. So maybe I'm cursed, or I'm putting off, a curse on these shows. Because anything I really like, I go away.
Well, I think it's because what's that guy's name? Damien Lindelof, I think.
Lindelof.
Yeah, I think I read something where he was like they weren't planning to make a second season. They're like, we're giving you this, and that's it.
Here you
I
go.
don't know. It almost seemed like they were setting it up for another story, but I don't know.
I don't know, but like I said, I enjoy stuff, and then that's why I'm kind of like, I don't know if I'm gonna.
But yeah, well, do me a favor. Don't watch Lovecraft Country.
Okay.
Because I don't want him to cancel it.
See, Preacher lasted what 4 seasons because I came in on like the 3rd season was coming out, and so I binge watched the 1st and 2nd. So,
And
then
then
I caught up to
They
the
had
3rd.
you monitored.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
They're like,
Curse, bro.
Aaron's watching it. We better cancel it. No more seasons.
Where's this from? The Poe residence in Texas. Oh yeah, we gotta cancel this shit.
That's what happened to Swamp Thing.
Does he like it? Is he liking it? Bug his
Well,
house.
he wants
See if
the
he's
shit out
liking
of
it.
it, so I guess he does.
Okay.
Yeah, cancel it. Yeah, that's why I'm. Oh man. Anyway,
Anyways, moving on.
move on.
Oh, they're rebooting Scream, I guess. They're like, don't count the other ones. This is the direct sequel to the first one.
Yeah, that's kind of stupid.
It's like, okay.
I
All
think
right.
I'm going to say something right now. That series overrated. That series of movies. I'm gonna
Yes.
say. The first one was good, but after that, it was just the same thing over and over again.
Yes.
I like the second one, and then after that, nope.
Like Scream
I
10.
only
it's
saw
like
the first
distant
3.
cousins, the killer.
No, it's like that. I saw the third one. I think I saw the third one in theaters. I was like, man, this ain't that good. She has a fucking stepbrother or half brother or something. Where the fuck did he come from?
They ran out of family members.
That's the thing. I feel the same way, man. It's like the Scream franchise. I don't know. I don't think it would be as big if Wes Craven wasn't attached to it. That's my opinion.
Yeah, probably not. Well, I seen another remake that they're getting ready to do too, and it's The Exorcist.
Oh
Oh,
god, yeah.
God.
Was it? What's the production? Something Creek? What's it called?
I
Like
didn't
own the
look
rights
into
to
it.
it.
Creek. I don't.
Morgan
Creek.
Morgan
there you go.
Creek?
Something like that. Yeah, they were like, hey, we're doing a reboot or a remake, and it's like, oh, why?
It's gonna be stupid.
Of course, because there's no way that you can make. You can't make a remake and make you feel uneasy like the first one did.
Oh
you
yeah.
can't make magic twice.
I'm sure we'll talk about it on this show.
Yeah, once it comes out, we'll definitely.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and move into my Tales from Tubi.
Tales from Tubi TV.
And this week, just to kind of keep up with the theme of our main feature coming out in 1976, this movie also came out in 1976, just like me. This is Mansion of the Doomed.
Mansion of the Doomed.
A doctor trying to restore his daughter's eyesight kidnaps victims and transplants their eyes in this 1970s horror film that was banned in the UK.
So
Everything was
he
banned
just kills
in the
one
UK.
person. I know. Well,
Hey,
so
Hey.
go ahead.
he killed. I guess he's trying to find the right eyes, so he has to keep.
So
bringing
he
people
has
in.
like a shitload of eyeballs everywhere, and he's just like, "This will
Yeah.
work." No, it won't. I gotta watch this one.
Yeah, it stars Lance
Hey,
Hendricks.
it'll be
Oh,
it'll be
I
funny
like him.
if they did that skit from or not skit, that scene from Aquatine Hunger Force where they made what's his name's body full of eyeballs and it hurts
Yeah.
for him to walk.
Yeah,
That's what he does to his daughter. No, I'm just trying to give you a hug.
Oh my god. Yes, I want to see this.
yeah. So there's my. Yeah, you have to go check it out. It's on Tubi.
I didn't
It's for
expect
free
that. Like you
on
said,
Tubi
what was
TV.
it, Mansion of Doom? Is that what it was? I didn't
Yeah,
expect
it
that
sounds
to
like
be
the
like-
mansion.
I expect that to be like a haunted mansion, not somebody collecting eyeballs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some weirdo collecting fucking eyeballs.
I'm a hoarder. I collect eyeballs.
You call it a
Sorry.
Mansion of the Doom.
All right, so Mr. Poe, you've got something new for us this week.
Yes. This is just a weird news story that I found, and I guess I'm going to start doing this from now on instead of Weekly World News because those have been pretty terrible lately. But anyway, this one is interesting. The headline is "Poop transplant cures man's disease that randomly gets him drunk.
A poop
A
transplant.
poop transplant. So basically, what happens is this guy has some sort of bacteria in him. And it causes him to get like it mixes in and it produces alcohol, so it gets him drunk. So basically, it says most of us carry bacteria that produce alcohol in our intestines. However, in this case, it's called auto brewery syndrome, ABS. Yes, this is real.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
So, however, people with ABS, these little guys go nuts and produce so much alcohol, it starts impacting on the patient's daily life. So, you can develop this condition with any prior indication. For example, as a result of antibiotics, this is precisely what happened to 47-year-old anonymous man in this story. He went to the hospital complaining he was experiencing, moments of inebriation after finishing a dose of antibiotics. He hadn't had a drink in 4 days, he said, but still was getting drunk. So, I mean, basically, this guy's just going through his life trying to get over. He just randomly like he's driving to work. He just gets drunk from this.
From his poop.
So anyway, yeah. Let me get to okay. So the doctors, what they did, it says, despite how it sounds, the poop transplant is an effective cure against some diseases and condition. It works by introducing healthy gut bacteria into a patient, which would happily balance out their own intestinal, microbiome. I don't know. I'm not medical, so I'm probably fucked that up. All that being said, the treatment is effective only against a limited number of diseases. But our hero, the potential benefits were worth the risk. He decided he could die on the operating table or by drunkenly smashing into a car on oncoming traffic. So he went into the operation. The poop sample was provided by the man's 22-year-old daughter.
Huh.
And that's how he got over his
drunk poop
ABS,
addiction, yeah.
which is weird. Yeah, so I shortened it up. It's a long article. I shortened up the best I could.
No,
but
you
I
read
hope
all
it was
of it.
entertaining because oh my god.
Word
Okay,
for
so
word.
this episode is all about ABS.
Yeah, this episode's about poop.
So
Yes.
anyway,
And on that note, next week we're bringing back a week of world news.
Yeah, I thought that was fake. Oh my god, that's crazy.
no, it was real. No, I think it's more interesting than anything those clowns.
Yeah, I think I'd heard that before because when you started talking about the auto brewery and stuff like that, I was like, I think I've heard this before, but I can't remember. It sounded familiar for some reason.
Yeah. So that was
So I may have read it somewhere.
weird news for you from me.
I saw this thing that said like
Yay.
when you dream and you see random people in your dream, it's probably fake, but it was like it's the people you see in your dreams that you don't recognize or the ghost watching you sleep.
Oh, nice.
I've seen that too.
Yeah, I
So
can't
there's a
remember where I saw
lot of
this,
naked ghosts watching me.
A lot of naked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I got out of that.
All right, so I had one more thing I want to talk about,
ahead.
and
Go ahead.
this involves Shudder, which is where I watched our feature presentation
Yay.
this week. So I guess normally they do they do a special thing in October, of course, for like Halloween. But this year they're going to do 61 days
Ooh.
of Halloween. It's going to start in September. They've got some decent stuff here. So, like for example, September 1st, that Caller Out of Space will be premiering on Shudder, which is that Nicolas Cage
Yeah. Okay.
movie. They're going to have Nosferatu season 2. They're going to have that Glenn Danzig movie, Veronica,
Oh man,
on September 24th.
I gotta see that one.
the horror version
So
of The
that-
Room.
that should
It's
be
so
good.
bad.
Is that what? Yeah, there you
I gotta see it though.
go. Some other stuff they're going to have the Vincent Price collection. It doesn't say what all is there, but it just that's what it
a
lists.
lot of Edgar Allan Poe movies. Yeah,
Probably.
that's what he did.
And of course they're going to have they'll have the the last drive-in Halloween, special.
Cool deal.
And then every Friday in October, a Halloween hotline. I don't know what that
Halloween
is because they haven't
hotline.
dropped any deets on it yet. Yeah. So maybe they'll drop some more
Is it just gonna be
information on
like
that.
Halloween, like babes on a bed? Are you gonna call the Halloween
I don't know.
hotline?
Maybe it'll be like
Can you tell us
maybe it'll
your
be
favorite
like
scary movie?
Pick
maybe
up
it'll be
the
like the turkey
phone.
hotline for
Oh.
Thanksgiving, where you call in to figure out how to cook a turkey.
Yeah.
How do I get candy from the
But this will
neighbor?
be all Halloween
Bring it to
related.
his house.
Yeah. How do
Yeah.
I make fake blood?
Nice. Halloween hotline.
So yeah, that'll be pretty good.
Very
there.
cool, man. Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna have to check that out. I guess I gotta renew my subscription.
Yeah, I saw
There you
our
go.
movie that we saw. I
Can't
saw it
believe you got
on
rid of it.
Amazon. I didn't know it was on Shudder.
Yeah, that's where I watched it. Prime.
All right. Well, speaking of that
yeah.
movie, from 1976, a storm causes some power lines to break and touch the ground, drawing millions of man-eating worms out of the earth and into town, where they quickly start munching on the locals. 1976, Billy, tell us why this is your favorite movie.
Why? Because what's that guy's name? Let me find it. The guy that plays Roger.
R.A. Dow.
Because he looked like Walton
R.A.
Goggins.
Dow.
He looked like, I think it might have been his father. You know what? I expected more worms killing people in this movie.
I did too, but I
The
mean,
effects were good. What I saw,
still good. I actually had notes.
or what they showed.
Yeah. The effects were they were on par.
Yeah, I didn't expect them to be as good as they were. To be honest with you, kind of a slow burn type film.
It was. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's old.
And the people,
so it's an older film.
Country folk over there, man, that's just cracking me up. Roger, can I buy your truck, Roger?
Mr. Poe, what do you think of Squirm? Yeah.
And
Mr. Poe, what do you think of Squirm?
What I think of Squirm, I really enjoyed this movie. It wasn't as bad as, I was expecting a lot worse. A lot of funny moments in this. I know we're going to cover it. Billy hit it on the head, man. I mean, the effects on this, I mean, for the time it came out, was pretty damn decent, man. And the acting wasn't bad either. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. I really did.
I too enjoyed this film. Today was the second time watching it. I would definitely watch it again. One thing I noticed just from the beginning, you obviously, because it starts off with like the text. Yeah, no, it starts off with the text telling us, what happens.
Oh yeah.
Story. And then it cuts to like stock footage of a storm, and it's obviously taking place like on a tropical island somewhere.
I was like, where the fuck these palm trees come from?
It's native here in the backwoods of West Virginia.
I guess it was fun fact. It was shot in West Virginia.
It was shot in West Virginia.
But no. But yeah, that's what I thought too. I saw the palm trees. I'm like, isn't this supposed to be in the country somewhere? I guess Florida, maybe. I don't know.
Georgia. This took place.
Oh yeah, Georgia's
I
got some
don't know.
fine
Georgia has
palm trees about that time of year.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Never heard of it, but all right.
Fresh coconut.
I'll buy it.
Yeah, I just can't believe I can't believe I had never even like heard of this movie before. It just like showed up on Shudder.
Okay, I will say I've seen the cover for this on Tubi a while back, and the cover they have for it I don't dig, but the one I sent you, I was like, man, if they showed that, I would have watched this a long time ago. Like the one crappy cover with the guy coming out of the ground. I think I would have watched it a lot sooner.
Yeah, this other cover that I found is much better.
I saw the cover
Definitely
years ago when I first got Netflix. I remember it being on Netflix for a while, and I never watched it until yesterday.
Until we made you.
You made me.
Yes.
Until Carrie made
That's
us.
why you never judge a book by its cover.
For some reason, the first cover, or maybe it was the lettering. I don't know why it reminded me of that horror movie Frogs Maybe the same guy did the same poster.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, frogs
Yeah.
or slugs. What was I going to say? Now when I first watched it, I was like, okay, so they're earthworms, but these are clearly not
No.
earthworms because they have teeth and legs.
And they freaking squeal loud, dude. I would have liked next time you suggest a movie, please tell me there's a volume warning, because the volume was normal and then that thing screamed and I nearly jumped out of my chair because it made it louder.
That's the jump scare. That's the jump scare.
I was like, oh my god.
Those worms got drunk on alcohol poop.
Yeah.
They went in the septic system.
Yeah. And they came out, they weren't the same.
They were drunk off their ass and mad.
And mad.
Yeah, of course, the first characters we meet are James
Oh, yeah.
Franco.
James Franco
James
slash
Franco.
Walter Goggins.
Yes.
Yeah. And Jerry, who was played by Patricia
Her
Piercy, which I thought she did a really good
her
job. She was a good actress.
IMDb fucking picture is when Roger's trying to kiss her.
Yeah.
Oh god.
And then his is with the worms coming out of his face.
Yeah, I know. I think this is the only movie he
Probably.
done.
I think the only person
I don't think he
that
done
was like the
anything
main
else.
character, or not main. Well, yeah, I guess is that guy that played Mick. Yeah.
Nick. Yeah, he went and he done a lot of stuff. And of course, the guy that played Quigley, William Newman, which I just recognized from like other stuff. But apparently, he's like a character actor. He's been in a shit ton of movies,
So
which is why I recognized him.
in the scene, it shows the chick. She's in the shower. She gets out of the shower. She's like prancing around a room or whatever, and then she picks up a dress, and then you see James Franco Senior. He's in the garden, and he looks up, and then she's just like, oh, and like I'm like, well, you're prancing around the window. The window's wide open, curtains open, everything. I mean, if the guy sees
Well, that's
something,
no reason to. Yeah,
that's fair
that's no
game, right?
excuse.
Am I wrong?
You're wrong.
That's fair game.
You got to look away. You're supposed to look
Oh,
away.
okay. Well, I'm
She probably was like,
I
look,
will-
Roger, and then when she did, she's like, how dare you?
Oh, excuse me. She's right. Okay, she's right in front of the window. It's open. Curtains are open. She's naked,
Excuse me.
and she gets mad for a guy that's working in the yard, and he looks up. And you say you're supposed to look
Yeah, but
away?
You got to look away. You can't just like be caught
Oh, well.
staring.
I'm
'Cause then
different.
you're a creep.
You're showing if the show is
Okay.
open. I mean, I'm going to be looking.
That's why you're going to be canceled.
You know what? They're gonna look at
I'm
this.
canceled.
They're gonna find this segment 10 years from now, and it's over for you, pal.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm a guy, and I have my little opinion. If it gets me canceled, whatever.
Well, the next character that we meet is the mom. That is the
Dude,
mom.
she was off a-
I
super
think she was
dramatic.
high all the time.
Yeah, and she was super horny for any guy that was going to be in this movie.
I haven't had
Right?
a
She kinda
husband
gave
in a
off the-
long time.
That's lady.
What are you doing, Mick? Here to fuck my daughter, you gotta fuck me first.
And I'm gonna get canceled.
There you go.
Cancel a podcast from beneath.
Bunch of fucking perverts on there.
What was the sister's name?
I don't know. What was that? The one that kind of looked like a guy.
Alma.
What kind of joint were they smoking? That paper was fucking yellow.
I don't know. I guess that's how they. I guess that's what papers, the roll of papers, looks
I mean, I
like.
guess
in
she might have got some
76.
palm trees.
She took it off the palm tree and rolled it up.
Yeah.
There you go.
Maybe all she had was like wax
That
paper
was
or something.
Yeah,
Weird.
that was a weird looking joint. I've never seen one like that.
And she kept him in
Yeah,
her
they were like
in her
really
bra.
skinny. I was like, what the fuck?
There was a lot of room in that bra. She could have put 2 cinder blocks in that bra. It's still a lot of room.
I just wonder where she got the weed from.
I don't know. It was the 70s, man. That shit was like flying through the air like
that
weeds
shit was
and
probably
shit.
really good. I had a bunch
Yeah,
of
it
old
probably
guys that I
was.
worked with. They were like, man, shit from the 70s, man. They're really good. That Acapulco Gold.
You're like, well, thanks. Did you bring any?
Yeah. Did you save any?
No, but here's some flour. Break some bread.
Yeah, break some bread.
Yeah.
Oh, what the sheriff said, I know it's later saying, she's like, do we have room service? Yeah, all the bread and water you could eat.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
He seemed kind of like, he looked like the dude that played one of the Duke boys to me. He kind of resembled him.
The sheriff?
Yeah. The blonde
He
headed
was
Duke
an
boy,
asshole.
oh yeah, he was an asshole.
Yeah, he was definitely.
Hey, you don't get mad when you find a worm in
Not
your egg white, or what the fuck it was called, egg cream.
Yeah, he made a big deal about that. He's like, why'd you go and do something like that, son? He's like, I found the worm in the milk. Or okay, first off, what's egg white? I mean,
is
like,
it egg white or egg
did
cream?
people order that back in the
It was an
day?
egg
I know what
cream.
egg white is.
It was an egg cream.
Huh?
Oh,
It was an egg cream.
egg cream.
Egg cream.
There's no
I've never
egg
heard
in
of
it.
egg cream.
So it was like chocolate milk,
It's like a.
regular milk. No, it's chocolate, regular milk, and Alka-Seltzer or something. It was something weird.
What the fuck? That sounds horrible.
It was chocolate syrup, water, like
seltzer
seltzer
water, okay.
water, and a little bit
That's
of milk.
terrible.
Yeah, just a
That
little bit of
sounds
milk.
nasty. Just drink chocolate milk. That seems like a lot
Well,
of
it's like
steps.
it's like a malt.
That is not any kind
Get
of
out
malt
of here,
I've ever
city
heard
boy.
of, bro.
We don't have egg cream here. Why you call it egg cream? There's no egg in it.
I know. That's what I'm confused.
I want the egg cream. Hold the egg.
The worm was in my egg cream. I'm like, what the fuck is egg cream? During the whole scene, I'm like, I've never heard of egg cream.
Well, he tells you what it is. You just weren't paying attention.
I was just fixated on egg cream.
He has to tell her what it is. So she
He's
can
like
fix it.
smelling
my
it. Yeah,
God.
that looked like just dirty fucking turd water is what it looked like.
Yeah, just like fucking order a soda pop and get out of there.
Yeah. We don't like your city boys here
Cream.
ordering your egg cream and then spilling it because, oh, there's a worm.
Oh, big deal.
Yeah. I eat worms
Fancy
all the
city
time.
guy.
Yeah, whenever she because the power's out because of the storm and the water doesn't
Yeah.
work. I'm assuming because of
Well,
the
the water
storm, I
worked
don't
for
know.
her in the
But then
beginning.
well, I guess it stopped working like when
The last
after she goes
shower.
downstairs. But then for some reason the mom's surprised that the refrigerator's not working. I'm like, doesn't that work off power?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was
See,
weird.
I was watching this movie and my 17-year-old son came in. And when he came in the part where they had the big block of ice, he's like, what the fuck? Like, why do they have a big block of ice? I'm like, well, that's what they used to have. Like, that's where the ice pick comes, where you chip off what you wanted from the big ice block. They didn't come in bags with little cubes back in the day like that.
But my question is,
The
why would you
refrigerator.
just carry it on your lap?
Well, that
all the
was
way home?
stupid. Okay, he had it on his dick the whole time. I mean, he's like, yeah, I need to change my clothes. I'm like, dude, your testicles are frozen, bro.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you like also fell in mud, so there's like mud all over that fucking ice you're carrying. And they're like, put it in the refrigerator. Even though
Yeah.
the refrigerator don't work, it's gonna melt in there.
Yeah, when he first shows up, he rides a bus
Oh, yeah.
down from the city.
Yeah.
And of course there's a tree down the road, so the bus can't go through, so it's going to turn. I don't know how it's going to turn around, but so he gets off. He's going to walk, and he asks the bus driver how far is it to whatever the name of this town was. Fly
Yeah,
Creek.
Fly Creek.
Now the bus driver says you can either just walk on the road that we're driving on, right,
Yeah.
for 5 miles,
Mhm.
or if you just cut through the woods here, it's only a half a mile, but you're going to need a compass.
Oh I'm like,
Huh.
what the what kind of directions was that? Just tell him to go through the woods?
Go through the woods, steady
Like, I was just
boy.
waiting for the guy to say it's dangerous to go alone. Take
Yeah.
this.
They hand him like a turd. If those worms come out, throw in that. They'll get drunk off of it, and they'll leave you alone.
Yeah.
I have ABS.
Yeah.
They'll get drunk off their ass.
Yeah, they'll get drunk off their ass.
But for some reason, he brought a tennis racket
Yeah.
too. I don't know why.
Well, he had like the whole Dick's Sporting Goods section. And he had to take off the fucking bus with it. I'm like, what the fuck does this guy
He
have?
probably
was
was
like-
going to teach her
It was almost comical.
how to play tennis because,
Yeah.
like I promised her.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
the only reason
Okay.
he came down here.
well,
Yeah, but when he's getting off the bus, it's all comical. Like he's hitting people with his
oh
luggage
yeah,
and
hitting him with the
poking
fishing
people on
pole.
the back of the head with the fishing
No,
pole.
I want to ask something, and I probably missed this from my first go around. And Carrie, you're the expert because you watched it twice.
I am the
okay.
expert.
How did those two crazy kids meet? How did they know about each other? Did they write letters to each other or something?
They met at kind of like a swap meet because he's an antique. They both sell. They both deal
that's
in
right. Okay,
antiques.
I got
Oh,
you.
yeah.
All right.
And that's where they
I love
now
how
that
he
that's
fell,
cleared up.
and
At
she
some
just
kind
comes
of,
out
like,
of nowhere.
antiquing
She's like
convention.
laughing.
Yeah, he falls in that
Yeah,
falls in
she's
that
like,
mud
She's like,
It goes up to his armpits.
she's like, how do you know he was
what a
there?
bitch.
Like he was supposed to be taking the bus, and then he couldn't, so he got off. How the fuck did you know he was gonna be in the woods? Was she psychic?
I guess.
She
Very
was nice.
convenient. A lot of this movie has a lot of those little
Yeah, just lucky.
conveniences.
Yeah,
Just lucky,
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
it's a gut feeling.
But yeah, when he gets the when he gets to that bar, I can watch that at more of a restaurant.
Yeah.
And like you just have the old people sitting around talking about the storms that happened before, and there's just like-
Typical country folk talk, talking about
Yeah. Well,
storms.
there's not
Yeah.
much going on in old Flywheel. What is it? Fly Creek.
Fly Creek.
Flywheel.
Shit Creek.
This shit creek. There's not a lot going on in old Fly Junction over there, so they got to talk about the power. Going
I
out
love how
and
like they got no
storms and-
power,
they just got-
but still people are like eating food
Yeah.
and stuff. It's like, how are y'all cooking?
maybe they have gas appliances.
Oh, yeah.
They're too poor.
When did the
They're
diner
too
stay
poor.
open?
Well, she even mentions it. She's like, "I wish the power would come back on. I'm losing business."
Oh, okay. Well, golly, man.
And then it shows those two kids eating the worm-shaped Twizzlers.
What you got these here? We got worms and worms.
we got screaming worm, eggnog, and
Yeah, we got
whatever the
egg
fuck it was
cream.
called. Egg
Hold the egg.
cream. Screaming worm, egg cream,
Creaming worm and
and Twizzlers.
Twizzlers.
Fucking Twizzlers and licorice.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and another, I guess for a creep factor, they have the sheriff and his lady eating spaghetti,
Oh yeah, when they
and they constantly do the close up of the the noodles being slurped into
I
the
thought
mouth.
one of them
Okay.
was going to like eat one of those worms and just fucking die.
all right, so
Yeah.
That would've
so
been
Johnny
great.
Antique, where did he get the bright idea? Whenever they find the skeleton in the back of that truck,
Well, you got to remember they find two. First, they find it on the ground, and they run to get
Yeah.
the sheriff.
and the sheriff calls him a
When
liar,
they come back,
and-
the
yeah.
skeleton. Yeah, and the skeleton's
So
gone.
what made this guy decide, hey, I'm just gonna take the skull and go to the dentist office?
Break into the dentist.
How does
What's
he know
gonna
who this
do,
guy? I mean, I was just so fucking confused. I was like,
because he'd seen every episode of
yeah.
Breaking Bad, and he knew that you could match up the dental records with
You
the
matched
skull.
the dental records, and it was
Yeah,
I was
Aaron
right.
Watson. No, what was the guy's name? Aaron Baxter. It was Aaron
Yeah.
Baxter's skull.
see, that's when that's when I wrote down this was like a backwoods
Friend.
Hardy
Oh,
Boys
God.
/ Nancy Drew.
Okay, and the other thing that made me laugh so much is they would go to the power lines and they're still going in the forest. You just see,
Yeah, we just cut to the power lines. Just,
I'm like, is no one gonna fix this?
They don't have time.
well, they were driving down from the city.
How far is this place?
It was taking a while to get there. It was taken until the end of the movie.
Oh God.
Yeah, they got to take
for
their
the power
time.
company
Man.
to
Yeah,
get there.
yeah. Well, the power company guy was asleep in his truck or something because that son of a bitch was going. I'm surprised there was no giant fire.
I love how he was like, "Yeah, power's fixed. Where's the other town?" And they were just like pointing. Oh, okay.
Because I know this town got rank ass food because you had power.
And I don't understand how they think being in a tree is safe. It's like, didn't they like eat the fucking tree that fell through the house and because?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I guess.
dude.
I guess that's why I don't know.
That part with the mom. Okay, I'm going back a little bit. That part with the mom when she's like, "Are they joining us for dinner?" And she's like, "Yeah," and she's like, "Well, we haven't had full-grown men in this house in a while." And I was like, that was kind of sexual.
Yeah.
But then, like, she was just.
Yeah, that's why I
Yeah,
said
she
she was
was.
super horny for this whole movie.
But they don't explain what's wrong with the mother, do they?
No, because it doesn't really
She's just
matter.
horny.
Like, what the? She's catatonic most of the time, and then she's like oblivious to what's going on around her, and then she's just like, you know. The mom was kind of weird.
Yeah. Oh, my love tunnel hasn't had a pounding since your father died. But do come join us for dinner.
Come join us. These two full-grown men.
Today's menu is meat cuttings, if you know what I mean. Mama's old-fashioned meat cuttings.
Oh my god. Meat curtains. Have you ever had Arby's
whatever-
roast beef sandwich
Have
in the
you ever had roast
Louisiana
beef?
sun?
Have you ever had leftover roast beef that hasn't been touched in years? It's a delicacy.
It was left on the counter for a while. Oh my god. But yeah,
I love how we're like talking
once
about
they
like
start
roast
figuring
beef
out-
vaginas. Moving on. Okay, so then we're so nonchalant
Oh,
about
man.
her. Like, okay,
Yeah, I know.
So you were talking about the
So you were
worms
talking
taking
about-
down the giant tree.
yeah.
I forgot what I was going to talk about now.
Yeah, the worms did take down because you were talking about them hiding in the tree, and the worms fucking decimated the roots, and that fucking tree went
Yeah,
through
so
the
do
dining
you
room.
think they like made that part of the
Fucked up the
house,
orgy.
or you think that was actually part of the house, and they're like, they gave them like permission? Yeah, just go ahead and fucking destroy that part of the house.
I think so.
No, they probably just
Yeah.
destroyed it.
It didn't look like a bad house. It looked like it was still in pretty good shape. I wonder how much they got out of it.
Yeah,
If it was anybody's house before this,
I don't know.
before they started
Mm.
filming.
I don't know. Maybe we'll find out later.
Oh,
Oh
right.
yeah,
man.
we ain't got to that part yet.
Well, let's talk about whenever. So, like when there are three characters. Well, I say there are three characters. I'm talking about the
Two sisters? Or are you talking about
Mick.
the Raja?
no Mick, Jerry, and Raja. When they go fishing.
Oh, yeah.
Names. Oh yeah, that part.
And for some reason, Roger doesn't want to. He doesn't want to touch the worms. And he tells the story about when his dad would put electric into the ground.
And like bit it.
That is a real thing.
Oh, is it?
That is?
Yeah, you can. But it's basically. I think it's even just like the same sort of like transformer that you use for like a toy train, like a model train
Yeah.
set. And you put rods in the ground, and you turn it on, and it makes the worms come up.
And
so
turn
you
them
can get 'em.
carnivorous? Oh
No, it's just for catching.
just messing with
It's
you.
just used to catch them for
Turns them
fishing.
evil.
Turns me evil.
Yeah, it
Just
does.
pissed off. After 1,000 years, I've awoken from my slumber.
These fucking worms are like, God damn it, we're just trying to chill here. Y'all fucking with us with electricity.
I used to be scared of worms.
Yeah, so Mick,
when I was younger, yeah.
Did you like
Yeah, like
earthworms?
because my sister used to like find them in our backyard and then chase me around the house with them as a child. Yeah.
So, did this movie trigger you a lot?
Oh no! I
Said
turned
that-
out of it after like when I turned like 15. I was like, you know what? I could squash these worms. Yeah, they're not so tough now.
But anyways, whenever after Mick gets bit by one of these worms, and he leaves. Of course, his plan is to go back. That's when he decides to go back and get the skull and do some forensic work on it. But he leaves Jerry and Roger alone in the boat. I don't know why they had to be left.
You know, here,
alone,
fuck my
but
girl
yeah,
dog.
he's a
I kind of like her
rapist.
sister better, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her and her fucking high heels and goddamn country. You know, what the fuck?
And for some reason, the worms are in a Chinese food takeout
Yeah.
Chinese box.
box. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
At first, I was like, why did he
They
bring
kind of
Chinese
remind me
takeout?
of the Lost Boys.
Yeah. Maybe that's a
You know
nod.
what
The Lost
goes
Boys
good with
did.
fishing? Kung Pao chicken.
Maybe that's what Joel
Yeah.
Schumacher did. He's like, you know, I want to pay a nod to Squirm. We're gonna have
Squirm.
the worms.
We're gonna
in
put
the
that
Chinese
in.
takeout box.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
worms, Michael. No.
But they end up getting gets knocked over, and now the worms are on the boat. And of course, Roger's trying to date rape.
Yeah, what did he
Jerry.
say? He said, if he comes
She
and
knocks
touches
him
you again, I'm
over.
gonna knock him out. He said some weird shit before that. He said something
Yeah,
weird.
yeah.
I was like, the fuck is he saying?
He was pretty rapey.
He falls face first into the worms, and when he comes up, this was a
That
really
was
good
good. I didn't
effect.
expect it.
No, it was.
These worms digging into
He's
his
like,
face
"Ah,"
and hanging
and
out.
fucking, they both fall out of the boat. I don't know how she fell. I mean, they both fell out of the boat. It was kind of weird how she went.
Yeah, they
with it.
both fall in the water.
Yeah.
And he just
The water didn't seem
swims
high. I
out
was
and
like, why are
takes
you
off
in a
running.
boat then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't y'all just waded through this
Yeah.
and fucking
Yeah,
fish?
just wade through it.
No, they were talking about, and I love this. They're blaming it. They're like, all the tourists have made this water disgusting. I'm like, tourists probably only show up once a year. It's y'all's dirty redneck asses that are doing something to
Yeah.
this fucking water.
Well, you remember, Mick's not a Taurus; he's a Pisces.
Oh God,
Oh. So that
I almost turned
explains
the movie
everything.
off.
Come on,
No,
that was a good
I
joke. That was a good
guess.
joke.
So that's why he acted the way he did. He was a Pisces.
Snobby little shit.
Yeah, that's why he wanted the egg cream.
Fuck that egg cream. Anyway.
He's a Pisces.
Pisces behavior.
Typical.
Sorry, I'm an asshole. I'm a Pisces.
I'm a Pisces, so I'm allowed to be a dick.
Sorry, I tried to fuck your sister, Jerry. I'm a Pisces.
Yeah, so they're like carrying around the skull, and of course, she just saw Roger get attacked by worms, and she runs back to her house, and then they just have to, they don't want to tell the mom anything, so they just pretend like nothing happened, and they were just arguing about who was going to cook dinner.
Yeah, they acted very like, oh, Roger's okay, even though worms are coming out of his face.
He probably just had to work late, that's why he's not here.
Yeah. He won't be making to dinner tonight. Yeah, that was weird.
She's like, honey, you stink.
I don't think, who was he trying to fool putting that skull underneath his shirt? That's what I, like when he first got it was like a big bulge.
Yeah, the sister's like holding it behind her back.
Like, oh, nothing,
so the
mother.
mom can't see it.
Y'all get cleaned up now. I want to see some young man meat.
Yeah, that was a lot of food too. It was like they had she brought out she brought out like 2 turkeys.
Yeah, what the fuck was it? Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
I don't know.
After you're hungry, after men eat, men like to come to my room and give me cunnilingus.
Yeah, that's when the tree falls in the house.
Yeah.
and that's when he realized.
Oh yeah,
That's when
I thought that's when the mother was going to die. I thought,
I was hoping.
Yeah, me too.
I was hoping that's when she was going to be taken out.
Mm-mm.
but then she died in a much cooler
Yeah,
way.
she did.
Yeah, but then here comes like the explanation of somewhere far away. There's some power lines that are down right in the woods, and it's pumping electricity all through the ground.
So everybody knows about this, and no one does a goddamn thing. Yeah, the power lines just going crazy out there.
Well, no, just Mick knows, but just Mick knows that it's like all this electricity because of the moisture in the ground. It's carrying, but it's not killing anybody. The electricity's not killing anybody.
Could start a fire.
It's just making the worms mad.
Yeah,
That's
just
fine.
piss them off. It's all right.
Just pissed him off even more.
Yeah, so now he has to go hike to get some plywood because I guess the plywood's
Oh
going
my
to stop
God.
the worms.
That scene. Oh my God, I forgot. How the fuck does somebody get knocked out throwing a very like a very thin piece of not cardboard, but fucking piece of wood, and fucking throw it. Oh my weakness!
I guess it would hit him right
Hitting
there.
him out.
Very thin sheet of plywood. How'd you know?
Yeah.
And then he's like throwing branches. It's not even the thing's like halfway on him.
He
it's
had
like,
worms in his
like
face.
covering his leg and one arm.
Yeah, he had worms hanging out his face.
I thought it was funny because after he threw that, he goes, "No, yours gonna be the worm face," and I was like, "Shut the fuck up."
I'm gonna give Mick my worm. How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
Or Jerry, that's her Jerry.
Nah,
Jerry's her name, right?
I'm lost.
Yeah, Jerry's the love interest.
Okay, now I'm gonna give Jerry my worm there.
Okay,
boy.
well, see, that would have been a better line, Billy. That would have been a way better line.
Yeah.
Or I'm a worm face. Now here you're a plywood face, and throw that plywood at him.
Yeah.
Anything better than you're going to be the worm face now, and nothing worm happens to him. No worms come after him.
How?
That's because he has lighter.
Did he fucking lose his shirt?
He took it off to set it on fire to make his torch.
He pulled a castaway.
That's right.
Yeah. Which kind of didn't make sense. But anyways, it worked. It worked.
It didn't make sense, but God damn it, did it work? It did.
Did it work? It worked.
Yeah. I'm going to go back to another scene too. Jerry she was attempting to take another shower, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not knowing that the water didn't work. She turns the faucet on and the worms start coming out of the shower.
Oh,
head.
yeah.
But when she turns the faucet back off, they go back.
It's not ready. We're not ready.
Almost like she was turning on and off the worms to come in and out.
That was pretty funny.
Turn them on and turn them off.
Like, wouldn't you make sure the water works before you got butt ass naked? But no, she didn't. She went in for it.
But then, then the sister says she's going to take a shower, and I'm just like, people, the water it doesn't work. Why is everybody trying to take a shower?
Stop trying to take.
So she turns the water on, and realizes there's nothing coming out. Of course, we can hear the gurgling of the worms coming out, and she just leaves the water on, which completely fills the bathroom up with worms.
Oh man, yeah, that was a shit ton of worms.
I just wonder if those were all real worms or not. Because in some of the scenes you can tell that they're in some of the scenes you can tell they're just rubber worms. But in some of these scenes, like whenever she opens up the bathroom door, and it was just like it was like from floor to ceiling worms come pouring out of the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Which her, I guess the way she survives.
Yeah.
But I guess
I
thought she was.
Well, they set that scene up earlier when she's smoking the joint and falls into the trunk, and he has to help her out.
Oh, yeah.
They set that up. Yes, foreshadowing. Yes. But then, like, I guess they come down. That's how they get to mom too, right? They come down through the ceiling.
I think so. Yeah.
She was over there and fucking crocheting, or I don't know what she was doing.
Crocheting.
Yeah, on the rocking chair, and then like all the worms are like all warm.
Yeah.
We're gonna get this bitch right now.
Well,
we're gonna get this horny bitch.
Yeah. And of course, Roger comes back and grabs Jerry. But what I thought was a cool scene was whenever Mick shows up and we see, he's got like his torch, and when he puts it down, like you can see the worms moving away from the light, from the torch. But I thought that was cool how I was like, how the fuck did they do that? Like it didn't. I mean, it didn't look like it was reverse photography or anything. I don't know. I thought it was pretty good the way they done it.
Some of these movies, they're like low budget. Like, some of these movies might not everything they do is perfect, but then there's some scenes where it's like, that's really well done.
Yeah.
Why couldn't the whole movie been like that?
I just want to know why why did the worms keep Roger alive? You know what I'm saying? Like, why didn't they just kill him?
I was wondering the same thing.
He raised him.
He raised him.
He raised the
They're
worms.
like, you're one of us.
Yeah. You're one of us, Roger. You're one of us, Walter Goggins / James Franco.
Yeah, but whenever he falls into the big pool of worms too, that was really good.
Oh yeah.
They're like pulling him down. I was like, man, that's cool how they done that.
Like
you failed us, Roger.
Like we said, I mean, for the time it came out, they had some real cool stuff in this, man. They did a good job.
Yeah, really good special effects. Like we said, the acting was good. The old man hit like Roger's dad. That old guy was a good actor. He was like screaming
Poked
at
him pretty hard.
Yeah.
You're gonna be digging up to your toenails or some shit like that.
Digging up to your
I just wonder, because he knew exactly how many worms he had on his truck. I'm like, does he count every single one?
Shit. That must have took you.
I got 100,000.
Yeah, I'll tell you how much. 100,000 is like, what the fuck? You have a clicker and just like
and I paid $300 for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, $300 worth of worms.
$300 coming out your ass, Roger.
Yeah, and when he died, that was a cool death too, because when he opens up his shirt, and just all the worms and
that was
the
pretty
ribs
cool.
hanging
Yes, I dug that too. That was real
good.
cool.
That was a good scene.
Did they? I can't. Did they like? Anybody even like go down there and check the body?
Mm-mm.
Like, there's a dead body. I'm trying to get some son.
Yeah.
Spaghetti.
Yeah, he threatened.
I mean,
he was like, "It's going to take us 15 minutes to eat this spaghetti."
Yeah,
and that's your head start. Yeah, he wasn't going to go check shit out. Of course, that doesn't help that Mick, beat the body with a fucking shovel.
Yeah, this is true.
Oh yeah, why the fuck did he do that? Then he ran. Get 3 good hits, I'm out.
Yeah, I guess he was freaked out. Yeah, so these aren't earthworms, as I thought. These are, I guess, called sea worms.
Sea worms.
Yes, and the amount of sea worms used in this film was countless.
Okay.
As the production would order shipments of 250,000 worms at a time.
Were any worms hurt in this film?
Yes, a bunch of them. The production would end up wiping out New England's supply of fishing worms.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, wow.
A bunch of fishermen were pissed off, like, where the fuck are all the worms?
Yeah.
We're making a movie, sir.
Here comes, this was your favorite part,
Yeah.
Mr. Poe. The unearthly screeching sound used for the worms are actually the electronically processed sounds of screaming pigs in a slaughterhouse.
Oh, my God. It sounds fucking terrible, man. I was like, God damn, that's horrible.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go. The inspiration for this film came from a childhood experiment between director Jeff Lieberman and his brother. One evening, the two hooked up a train transformer to wet soil and used the electricity to drive hundreds of worms out of the ground.
Oh, wow.
Young Lieberman noticed the worms tried to get away from the glare of the flashlight that the boys were using to see the worms were light sensitive, and became the scientific basis behind the film, and the story of the experiment is retold by the character Roger Grimes.
Oh, okay.
I wonder if they're related to Rick Grimes. Or if it's like a Walking Dead crossover.
Yeah.
It's his dad.
Zombie
okay.
worms.
Zombie worm.
Yeah, on the Region 1 DVD commentary of the film, Jeff Lieberman says the old farmhouse used for Mr. Beardsley's home during the shoot is known as one of the most infamous haunted houses in Georgia.
Huh.
Oh.
Is that the one they fucking landed a tree through?
No. It was the
It was it the first place when like he had Mick waiting or had Jerry waiting in the car, and then he went out there by
Oh,
himself
yeah,
to look
okay.
for is that
Yeah,
is
yeah.
that, was that the house?
It's
Okay.
where they found it. Yeah, it's where they found that.
Oh, okay,
skeleton.
okay. I got you.
Okay.
That does look kind of fucking creepy. That place did.
Yeah. Once in the 1980s, WPIX TV in New York actually showed the film in black and white instead of complaining. Jeff Lieberman called the station and mentioned how much he loved the way the film looked. In fact, Lieberman prefers people watch the film in black and white, even though a black and white version is not available. Instead, you should turn the color down on your TV
Well,
set. I will have to try that.
right? That might be interesting. I think I will try
Okay,
that.
so now I'm gonna ask a question. What famous actress auditioned for the female lead?
1976. So
Pretty
she's
famous.
pretty famous.
So Sissy Spacek.
Oh,
No.
that was a good guess.
She would have been. She would have been good though.
Yeah, she would have. Damn it! I'm trying to think.
Is she still acting today?
Maybe, I don't know. I haven't seen her anything recently.
I don't know. Beverly D'Angelo, maybe. I don't know.
Kim Basinger.
Really, 1976.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wonder how
Yeah.
old she was in that thing.
she's probably like in her early 20s or late like 18 or 19 or something.
Yes, I don't know. Wow, Kim Basinger. Wow.
All right, so here we go. The shot of the worms pouring out of the living room ceiling was actually a reverse shot. The camera was turned upside down and filmed the live worms being dropped onto a floor.
Oh wow.
That was a mock-up of the ceiling. When the footage was reversed, it appears as if the worms fell from a hole in the
Oh,
ceiling.
that's cool.
During the production, there was a mix-up with the film processing lab. Footage from a wedding was accidentally sent to Lieberman, and B-roll footage of worms for the film was sent to the newlyweds.
Grandma, here's our wedding, and she's like, "What's with all the fucking worms?"
Why is James Franco at your wedding?
Yeah, why was he at your wedding?
Too many worms at your wedding. What's going on?
Why'd you have an old horny woman at your wedding?
Well, here's something you guys were asking about earlier. According to director Jeff Lieberman, there was no trickery used in the scene where the tree falls and smashes through the dining room.
That looked fucking real, bro.
Lieberman said it was all done in one take, with an actual cut tree being released from a crane to fall through the constructed set. So I guess it really wasn't.
Oh, okay. So that was a set. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, God damn.
Complete with the actors on set. So the actors were
Holy
inside
shit.
when they done it. Several cameras were placed inside the set to capture the actors literally fleeing for their lives as the large tree
Filmmaking
landed
was
within
different
feet.
back then, man. They didn't give a fuck.
You can't get away with that now.
It'd be crazy if like they didn't even tell him. They're like,
all right, y'all just go sit at this table. Holy shit, a fucking tree's coming.
Okay, so I got another question here.
Hit it.
So, okay, so this actor eagerly pursued the casting agent for the part of Roger. And another famous actor was briefly attached to play Mick.
Randy Quaid.
Yeah.
okay, how?
How did you
What?
know?
Oh,
No,
I was like,
joke.
holy shit, I got one.
All right, so a famous actor was going to play Mick and Roger.
A famous actor was already attached to play Mick, and another famous actor was like eagerly pursuing his casting agent to get the part
James
of Roger.
Caan. I don't know, 1976.
All right, how? Like they really well famous?
Really famous.
Okay.
All right, think along the lines of Kim Basinger. Whatever her name is.
Are these actors still acting today?
I believe so.
Was it
yes.
Robert De Niro?
Okay.
Yes. No, I'm joking. You'll never guess.
Oh,
Was
wow.
it one of the bald ones?
Christopher
No.
Walken.
No.
Um,
All right. So the actor that was originally
Let him have one more
cast
guess.
to play Mick was Martin Sheen.
Martin Sheen.
oh,
Okay.
The actor that eagerly pursued the casting agent for the part of Roger, Sylvester Stallone.
Oh well. When did Rocky come out?
No,
when
that
did he do
was
Rocky? Was that 77?
Yeah, that was late 70s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
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 Okay, so it's before he got
I could
real
just
famous.
and now I want to see that version of the movie. No,
Yeah.
you're gonna be the
Hey,
one
no, you're gonna be the one face. You know what I'm saying?
Billy, get out of my fucking head.
All right, so the actor that played Roger, R.A. Dow, he was a method actor,
Yeah.
right? And he went to live in that place weeks before shooting began so he could like really get in the character.
Okay.
I like when some people actually do method acting, but then some people like take it way too
Yeah.
far.
You know, like Jim Carrey.
Or like Wesley Snipes and
Oh,
wanting
yeah,
to be
for
called
the Man on the
Blade
Moon.
the whole time.
How long did it take to
I
film
think-
this movie?
I'm gonna say 2 months.
I'm gonna say I'll give it with all that stuff, and then you had to get
Excuse me.
a crane involved and trees falling through props and all that. I'm gonna say maybe 6.
24 days.
Oh wow!
What?
24
Wow.
days.
Good for them. So 1 month, almost a month.
Interesting.
The film claims to be based on an actual incident that took place in Fly Creek, Georgia.
Fly Creek, Georgia.
In fact, the film is entirely fictional. There's no such place as Fly
well,
Creek.
yeah,
Black Creek.
cool.
It'd be funny if one of us lies like, "Yeah, I'm in the Fly Creek," and then like at the end you're like, "There's no such thing as Fly Creek." Oh, did I say Fly Creek? I meant Macon, Georgia.
I spent summers there
According
as a child
to
in Fly Creek,
Yeah.
Georgia.
According to director Jeff Lieberman, the recent actress Jean Sullivan, which was the mom, spoke with such an exaggerated Southern accent was because she was a fan of Tennessee Williams.
Oh, well, there you
And
go.
was paying homage.
No,
to
she's
him.
paying homage. Was Tennessee Williams real horny too?
Yes.
Yeah. I know where you boys can sick your worm up in my Southern Belle.
That poor lady. I doubt she's still alive.
I love how the guy who played Roger was like a method actor, but like he doesn't do anything now. That was his only movie.
He got,
I'm a method actor.
You talking about the guy who played?
stuck in his
I'm pretty sure
character, and he lives out in the woods still.
Oh
still-
yeah,
he still
He
lives
went
there
too
to
far.
this day.
yeah.
He's still method acting.
Yeah, this
he
is
couldn't get out.
this is the only movie.
Yeah.
This is the only movie he's ever
Oh
done.
wow.
Yeah, he hasn't done anything
No.
else.
It's because he lost himself in the role.
He's like, I'm an actual worm now. He's like,
The director, Lieberman. What else movies has he done? He sounds familiar.
Let's find out.
what's this naked guy out in the middle of the woods squirming through dirt? He's a method actor who's stuck in this role that he did in '76. Just ignore him.
Let's see. He wrote a bunch of stuff. Let me go to director real quick. And
Is that the guy we were talking about earlier?
This is the no. This
Oh,
is
he
the
did Just
director.
Before Dawn.
Yeah, The Ringer, Squirm, Blue Sunshine, Dr. Franken, Just Before Dawn, Remote Control from '88. I remember that movie.
Yeah.
The Days and Nights of Molly Dodd.
Satan's Little Helper, which is apparently a decent movie, but I've never
Me
seen
neither.
it. He wrote Blade. Oh, never mind. That was 73,
shit.
so it's a different
Oh.
one.
I was like, how the fuck did he do that?
I was gonna say, oh shit. He did the Never-Ending Story 3,
God.
or he wrote it.
The only thing that good
What
came
the
out of that
fuck? I
movie
didn't
was
know-
Jack
I didn't know
Black.
there was a. Oh my god! I didn't know Jack Black was
Yeah.
in it. What the fuck? Oh my god! I'm looking at the pictures. What the fuck happened to Falcor? What the fuck did they do to him in that movie? His like face is all like.
They gave
oh
him a
my
shit
God,
ton of
what the
meth.
fuck? Yeah, for real. Actually, I didn't know there was even a
Yeah,
sequel
they're
to
they're.
Never Ending Story. The first one's a classic.
Oh no, my power is
Oh no!
gone.
Watch out for the worms, Carrie.
Hey, the user review for
His power did go out.
the Never Ending Story 3 says 1 out of 10. Do not ever watch this horrible
Nice.
film.
I think it was just a light bulb.
Yeah, I'm
went
just
out. I'm good.
Well, if the power went out, you wouldn't still
1
be
out of
on here.
10.
I'm on a laptop. Is
1
that
out of
better?
10. Why? Wow, these are funny. 2, simply put, bad. 1.
Are you
don't
talking
ever
about?
watch it.
Oh yeah, he's going through the whole thing.
Yeah, just 1. Everybody's giving them 1 or 2.
Yeah, Never Ending Story 3 is a
by
pile
itself.
of shit, man. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I have to watch this now.
That's why I
All right,
love this
well,
show.
before you watch it, final thoughts on Squirm.
Squirm, it was okay. I wish there was a little bit more worm action. Other than that, I wasn't bored with the movie. I wasn't like, getting sidetracked, watching it. I was invested. So yeah, it wasn't a bad movie.
Mr. Poe.
Yeah, I enjoyed it as well. Good acting. Enjoyed the special effects for the time that it came out. I mean, it was still great. And yeah, I think I would like to seen a little bit more, of the worms and everything doing their thing. But I mean, they were kind of limited. So yeah, I really like this movie. If I give it a rating, I'd say I'd give it a good 6, just for all that.
All right. Well, I too enjoyed this movie. Like I said, I can't believe I never heard it before. It just showed up randomly on. I guess not randomly. They knew they were put on there. It was on Shudder.
You were just scrolling,
so I watched it. Well, it was on there as like one of the new releases.
Oh wow! Okay.
I was like, well, shit, I've never seen this. Let me watch
Cool.
it. And I rather enjoyed it. Like I said, for the time, I thought it was a good story. Acting was good. The characters were really good. It had some like weird charm to it. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't hate any of the characters except for the sheriff.
I mean, he was a douchebag, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you still were like, invested in the characters.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was like I said, the special effects are really good. I wish there was more worm deaths, but yeah. I think that kind of gave it more of that. I think it was the charm though that it had was just just a couple of characters kind of running around trying to figure everything out.
Yeah,
is what made it.
I am definitely going to watch it in
Yeah,
black and
I
white.
recommend anybody.
I am going to watch it in black and white.
Yeah,
now.
that'd be cool. I'm going to try to find it on Blu-ray or DVD. Also, I'm sure Scream Factory will.
Oh yeah,
will have
those
it or
whores.
release it. They release, yeah, they release everything. But yeah, I enjoyed
Cool
it.
deal.
If you've got, I watched it on Shudder, and apparently you guys watched it on Amazon. And Mr. Poe, you said it was also on
Tubi, I believe. Yeah,
Tubi.
it's still,
Okay,
it's
cool.
out there. It's out there.
Yeah, so if you're in the mood for just a fun little film, definitely give us one a watch. Considering you can get it for free.
Yes.
All right. So Billy, where can they find you on the internet?
They can find me Basalt Wizard on Twitter. And I think I changed my name on the Slasher app. I think it's Doom. On Slasher app.
On the Slasher
Yeah,
app.
Nice.
All right. Mr. Bo, where can I find you
On my
at?
OnlyFans. It's just it's just me holding fans though. It's nothing. They call me Mr. Poe on Instagram, Slasher app, and of course on B Movie TV Sunday nights, 8:00, Sci-Fi Sideshow. Get it on, and you can only get it on Roku. So that's it.
For now, still, or is that not?
Yes, for now. There's, like I said, I feel like I'm repeating myself. You know what I mean? Like I'll just say Roku for now, and then when it comes out,
there you go.
Stay tuned because it could come to Fire Stick and all that other stuff. So,
all right,
yes, sir.
Cool. Yes. And you can find me on Twitter, 1313 Inc. And of course, you can find this show and the Sci Fi Side Show on our Facebook group, which is 1313 Inc. Productions. And we're on Instagram and we're on everything that I just don't use. So, so definitely give us a follow. Of course, we have shirts for sale.
Mhm.
That it's on our T Public store. Definitely go check that out. And
if you want used undies, we will accommodate.
there you go. You can get Billy's used
Oh,
underwear.
only on our
Yes.
Patreon. That's it.
Yeah.
On our Patreon.
And then we'll eventually make an OnlyFans.
there you
With
go.
me holding OnlyFans. That's it.
Only fans.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So until next week, we will continue to watch the good, the bad, and the cheaply made.